Who here remembers Gamergate? I imagine most of you do, at least as a, maybe not as a memory, but you know what it is. I remember it, like I remember Gamergate, and I remember very well the time after Gamergate, the effects that it had on internet culture and the political space. It was a very complicated story and a very complicated line of events, but it all basically culminated in a culture of harassing mostly marginalized public figures in the gaming community who dared to speak out with progressive ideas. That was essentially the culmination and like the essential like pull of a lot of it. Now, the slogan of Gamergate, the thing that most Gamergaters, self-identified people, would call or would say, was that it was about ethics in video game journalism. You see, they believed that it was prevalent for it to be easy to get favorable coverage of a video game by, say, a female game developer sleeping with the reviewer. Now, they tried to use a scenario in which they claimed this happened as, like, the bouncing point of all of this, and they successfully did so, but as it turns out, that's not what happened. Like, it was just some, like, dude who was mad that his ex wasn't with him anymore and was with someone else, and so he made up lies about his ex and and like a game reviewer in order to like make them look bad. It was really degenerate and disgusting. But as you can imagine, a vengeful incel making a hit piece to try to rally an entire internet-wide harassment campaign against somebody, that's the kind of person that, you know, the internet likes to rally to, right? And so Gamergate began, and as it grew, it started to fractal, right? There started to be more factions and fractions of it, basically. Factions and fractions. And you had, like, full-on alt-right neo-Nazis, you had your tradcons, you had your, like, centrists who were just kind of barely getting into it, but for the most part, it was, like, a lot of reasonable people who were perhaps even on the left who had been convinced that something was happening, mostly coming from the left, to try and fuck up video games. Like people on the left, or some group of people on the left, were trying to fuck up video games and other types of media in that sphere with their political agenda. That was the essential pull of their argumentation. And they would argue ethics in video games journalism as sort of a shield against any criticism they would get for their harassment. The problem is, since then, ethics in video game journalism has become a poisoned word. I do think that video game journalism is a pretty, like, bankrupt field. Like, it really is shit. Like, game journalism really is shit. And it really sucks that the Gamergate, like, movement, which was so focused on harassment and hatred of minorities and like, unwokeifying games, it's so sad that it got derailed and sort of co-opted, I guess you could say, by that group. The idea of fighting against that issue. One of the most recent things that has happened involving this is the release of Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy was released, and this was one of the most hyped up games of all time, right? Definitely one of the most hyped up games of all time. Yeah, without a doubt, it is one of the most hyped up games of all time, and it has absolutely smashed the records. It is doing very, very, very well. It is doing extraordinarily well, and less than Hytale though. Hytale will destroy it. However, though, the game is popping off like crazy. It is doing extremely well for itself. And a lot of people are loving it. Apparently the game is pretty good. Apparently it's a very solid game, especially in the Harry Potter IP, which a lot of people are a fan of and enjoy. It's a good execution of a world and of gameplay and of the magic system in that IP, from what I've heard. And I also watched some gameplay of it, and it seems like it's pretty fun. But game journalists have been rating the game 1 out of 10 simply because J.K. Rowling, the creator of Harry Potter, is a transphobe. Now, personally, this doesn't really upset me that much, but if you're somebody who really does care about, like, this kind of stuff, and it's gonna look a certain way when game journalists are now giving 1 out of 10s to games that are considered a masterpiece by everybody for political reasons. It makes the left look bad. It makes us look like sore losers who will look at something that's so culturally moving and relevant right now that everybody's talking about playing and enjoying, and we're the assholes on the side yelling, "No fun allowed! No, if we see you having fun, you're fucking done!" You know, like that shit. It really is sad to see. And what upsets me even more is how it is looking to people who mean well, but do not have the interest in burying themselves in politics and discourse to figure out what is going on. Notably, Asmongold. We're going to be reacting to an Asmongold clip. This video is called J.K. Rowling Haters Attack Asmongold for Playing Hogwarts Legacy. Unfortunately, this is making us look pretty bad. For those that don't know, I'm a pretty big Asmongold fan. I really like his stuff. I'm actually a big fan of Asmongold. I like him, okay? We'll probably end up criticizing him a bit here, but that doesn't change the fact that I enjoy him. I'm a big fan of his content. I've probably watched hundreds of hours of his content. It is my go-to listen to content while playing WoW and leveling, without a doubt. Just without a shred of a doubt.
People have been apparently attacking me for supporting Hogwarts Legacy. I didn't even...
Oh no, see, YellowFlash 2. So for those of you guys that don't know, YellowFlash 2 is like literally a quartering clone. You see what happens here? Now Asmongold's gonna react to fucking YellowFlash. This is the guy, for those that don't know, this is the guy who freaked out about Doom Eternal having female demons. This is literally the guy who freaked out and got upset about the news article talking about Doom Eternal having the series' first ever female demons. That's this guy. That's who's being platformed by one of the biggest streamers on Twitch right now, because the left had to go fucking nuclear, fucking psychotic on the Hogwarts Legacy thing. The left is literally running headline into another Gamergate. That is my point here. Let's go back to when I predicted this. Why BreadTube is dying and the next anti-SJW wave is rising.
Left-wing YouTube dying, is BreadTube, as they say, dying, and is the online right, as Turkey Tom goes on to say, going to see a resurgence? Are we going to see just a big jump in right-wing content, right-wing popularity online, and is BreadTube going to die? I think yes. I am fully convinced yes, and I'm going to explain why.
When did I upload that? January 15th, 2022. Anyway, I like Asmongold. He's a pretty chill guy, but he is not a politically minded person. So I think it's very valuable for us to look at this like reaction to that he is having, and to essentially use that as a way to understand how your average like normal person is going to react to the behavior of the left. Because this guy's a perfect barometer for how normies would react to something the left is doing.
I come back, I'm like, I read this, and I'm like, I see this video, I'm like, wait, I'm getting harassed, I'm being attacked. Wait, what? I thought everybody agreed with me. I have no idea.
Chances are most of the people that were there, like, agree with him, because the whole point of YellowFlash and, like, the quartering and these types is to make up false outrage. Like, Asmongold probably wasn't getting that much shit, judging especially off his reaction. So it's funny to me that, like, he's like, wait, what? I was getting harassed? Huh? And the thumbnail's like, they want him dead. Oh my god, his intro is so cringy.
A couple of updates when it comes to Hogwarts Legacy. We have the user scores now over on Metacritic. 9.1 for PlayStation.
God, I would love to debate this YellowFlash guy. He really does not have any charisma. Oh my god. Like, just his way of speaking is so cringy, and like, he just, like, it would just be an over for him the second he talked.
5. For Xbox Series X, we're at a 9.0. Pretty good, actually. These are great ratings.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
And then on the PC, we're at an 8.4, which I think is actually fair because it has some... The
PC does have slowdown issues.
Game has some problems on PC.
Yeah, it does.
It's because of Denuvo, the anti-piracy software they're using, I bet. That's why, let's just say my copy isn't going to have that problem.
played it on PC quite a bit. Well, at least 3 or 4 hours worth. And there were a little bit of problems, especially with the frame rate here and there.
Mm-hmm.
They need to fix the game ASAP. However, it's still a really good game. And the user scores are reflecting.
You can see how bored Asmongold is, by the way. This YellowFlash guy gets, like, good viewership on his videos, by the way. Like, the bar to make left-wing content is pretty, like, substantially higher than it is for right-wing content. It's actually ridiculous. Like, it's absurd. Like, you can... I could literally shit on a plate and just spell out the N-word with it and post it on YouTube, and conservatives would just flock to it and drop 1 million likes on it in a day. That is legitimately what the right is into, okay? That is how low their standards are, all right? They will literally listen to you fart a racial slur with your butthole, and that will make them happy.
Reflecting that. So, I think this is going to be a pretty big game this year. I think this will probably be up for whatever game awards there are this year. This is a surprise hit.
I don't think it's a surprise at all. People knew this game was going to be good whenever it got announced. Like, I don't know if this is a Game of the Year game. Like, is Hogwarts Legacy going to be played in the same way that God of War 2018 is still played? I don't know.
Maybe.
I hope that this game doesn't win Game of the Year, not because of this game, but because I know that something can be so much better.
However, it's still got a lot of controversy, and we're going to get into that.
It doesn't make it a bad game.
I wonder if YellowFlash will go mask off about not, like, about him, like, thinking trans people are degenerate or whatever. I wonder if there's going to be a point in this video where Asmongold's like, wait, what? Where he starts talking about, like, when the guy starts being transphobic. Because I don't think Asmongold's transphobic. I think he's pretty solidly not transphobic.
As you know, the game is officially the #1 single-player game ever on Twitch, with 1.28 million peak concurrent viewers at launch.
It's always easy to claim these numbers whenever you have drops. For example, if Elden Ring had drops, it would probably have...
Were there Twitch drops for Hogwarts Legacy? Damn. Okay. I like how even Asmongold is calling out the bullshit points here, like where areas where it's like, well, yeah, I remember though, they were doing drops, so like a lot of people were tuned in just to be able to pick up the drops. I have an add-on specifically that just cycles through streams picking up drops automatically, so I don't have to watch the streams. I use it for Rust and Tarkov and stuff.
That many players too. So it's like, I don't think you can compare a game launch with and without drops.
Pretty big deal. Took down Cyberpunk, which was the former single-player #1 game. But that's over with. It's now Hogwarts Legacy. They can't be taken away. So thank you, boycotters and activists. You helped make this happen with your constant tears, your constant making...
I'm going to be honest. I think most people didn't even pay attention to that shit at all. Like, they don't even know what's going on. That's the truth. It's like, because if you're not on Twitter, you don't even know about this. I think the biggest reason, like, people that are, like, reflexively supporting the game because other people are not supporting it, I feel like that's, like, such a small percentage, it's not super relevant.
The game trend, even right now, you can see it's trending in real time, Hogwarts. They've taken Hogwarts Legacy out of it because they think, well, we'll just call it Hogwarts, and that won't help the game. People.
What is this conspiracy? What? They're going to call it Hogwarts instead of Hogwarts Legacy in the trending, so it won't help the game. You got it, dude. The New World Order is stopping the proliferation of this game. You got it.
People are stupid. There's more. Let me show you some tiers, and then we'll get...
Even the people in Asmongold's chat are typing question marks and lol W's. They're starting to realize this guy's a dumb fuck.
Get into the Asmongold stuff.
Okay, that's the important part.
We've got this. This was funny. This is a lot of people commenting on this right here. So this tweet kind of blew up for this person. It said Harry Potter here.
I've really, really, really got to say that, man, if you like Bloodborne and you say that you should play Bloodborne instead of Harry Potter, oh, man, that is just, oh, wow. Where did that come from? The Last of Us 2? I don't know about The Last of Us 2. I like Bloodborne, but what the fuck? The two games are not the same. Bloodborne was made by From Software. From Software has no, like, they make video games, okay? They don't talk about these issues. It's not about their games. But Bloodborne is, like, fucking super derivative of Lovecraft. And Lovecraft, this guy is, like, a massive fuck.
No, Lovecraft stopped being racist in his later life. I know Asmongold knows about H.P. Lovecraft's cat. Every dude on the internet knows about H.P. Lovecraft's cat. But from what I've heard, H.P. Lovecraft he didn't stop being racist. People keep telling me stop. Hold on, let me Google it. We're Googling it. Did H.P. Lovecraft? I guess not. I don't see anything coming up that says he was that he went back on anything. A genuine inquiry on his racism. 10 things you should know about H.P. Lovecraft. 10? I think there's probably just that one, right? Regardless, people are not here arguing that, like, consuming... I love Asmongold. I do love Asmongold. He's a cool guy. But arguing that somebody who thinks it is bad to support J.K. Rowling's work is a hypocrite for supporting Bloodborne, when Bloodborne is derivative of H.P. Lovecraft's Lovecraftian horror, and H.P. Lovecraft was racist, and also dead. Like, that is... You have to understand, the people we're dealing with, the people we have to convince, the normies, literally operate on this level of logic, okay? Asmongold is more reasonable and well thought out than most, okay? And yet he still said that dumb shit just now. You have to remember, the right is very good at appealing to people on this very, like, down-to-earth bro level.
Fucking racist. So it's like... How, like, yeah, so, like, you have a game that's completely built off of a narrative, not narrative, like a world that was created by a huge racist. It's really kind of an exact thing.
No, it's not.
So this tweet kind of blew up for this person.
The thing that most people have a problem with when it comes to supporting Harry Potter, I really don't think Asmongold even knows this, because there haven't been any lefties willing to reach out and say this, but it's because the royalties that she gets. She's using the money from the royalties in order to get in order to push her anti-trans narrative. She's even opened up like rape shelters that specifically don't allow trans women. Like they're advertised and made as a political statement to not allow trans women in the rape recovery shelters and the domestic abuse recovery shelters. They're turned away. So, like, this is just the beginning of what she plans to use her money for, particularly in the UK, to fight against trans rights. She's going to be lobbying for bills. This money is going to go to her fight against trans rights. It's really frustrating how many of these people are unwilling to, like, at least grapple with that being the thing people are talking about. Like, you can still, like, it's still, like, not a big deal if you buy the game. Just, like, acknowledge that and don't pretend it's like, oh, people are saying you're transphobic because you're consuming content made by a transphobe. There are people out there saying it, the insane woke skull types, yes, which is what I have a big problem with. They're the ones who are causing this perception. But, like, to be very clear, that is not what I believe. The problem I have is this, like, inability for people to, like, accept, okay, yes, if I do buy the game, then yes, I admit that money is going to this, but, it's boycotting doesn't work, like, whatever, right? Yeah. Just do the Chick-fil-A thing. Just own it. Just say, yes, okay, I accept it, right? Yeah. Own it like you would eating Chick-fil-A.
Said Harry Potter with my childhood. I loved it so much I sleeved out my whole arm around 2012. I'm honestly embarrassed about it now. F J.K. Rowling and your turf game, and F your excuses, allies.
Okay.
Her whole arm is a Harry Potter tattoo. Oh, no. And then she says, go play all these games.
Yeah, I only played Bloodborne. That was the only one.
Well, to be fair, some good games here. Bloodborne,
yep.
Celeste. Great games.
Oh, no. Does YellowFlash know what Celeste is about? Let's hope not.
But not enough reason for me to not play the Wizard game. Sorry. And then there's also stuff like this.
Okay.
I thought this was kind of telling.
Wait, is this guy literally not going to say, like, anything overtly transphobic the whole video? Does he stay mask on the whole time, and Asmongold never has, like, a... This guy... Someone in chat said this guy is pathetic. I like that guy.
This person said...
Can we please stop making videos about somebody who gets 7 likes? Can we please stop this? Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, YouTube controversies.
Okay, all right. Asmongold's doing the work for me.
Can we please stop this? Like, this is a person that has 7 likes. What are we doing here? And they have more quote retweets. And you know why? It's because people are all quote retweeting them, calling them stupid. Who cares? Like, who really? And you know it's probably 6 likes because they like their own tweet.
No, you do deserve
Probably.
your threats. Your ending yourself threats. You do deserve your suffering. You do deserve your abuse for playing this game.
I recognize that account. I have this person blocked.
Wow, not really hiding anything there. Not really putting anything under the covers, under the rug there, trying to hide or mask it. No, just straight out saying KYS. That's quite the statement there.
To be fair, they're not explicitly saying to kill yourself. They're saying that you deserve for other people to tell you to kill yourself, which is probably why they didn't get suspended for this. This is a difference, and anybody could see this. However, it doesn't make it any better, but it is slightly different.
See how that works out? Oh, it got violated. It violated.
Oh,
Twitter's
well,
rules.
never mind.
Oh,
Well, too bad.
Damn, that's
Yep.
such an unfortunate thing.
I didn't read the bottom text.
I like how they are complaining, by the way, about a tweet that ended up getting taken down.
Now, a huge streamer, Asmongold, gigantic streamer, huge following. He's chimed in. By the way, he reacted to one of my videos. That was pretty cool. Thank you. I got a ton of subscribers out of that.
Thanks for
That was
making it.
awesome. So thank you.
Oh, God.
We're doing it again.
He's been commenting on the Hogwarts Legacy thing.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. See? We're getting into Gamergate too, boys. They're gonna dick ride the popular streamers to react to their content. Because Asmongold spends like half of his stream reacting to YouTube videos. So you better believe these guys are gonna be dick riding on him hard to get him to watch their right-wing propaganda stuff. That is like... Oh, man. Oh, fuck, dude. No, I like Asmongold.
And pretty balanced guy, pretty chill guy, I think.
I agree.
I wonder if Asmongold knows this is the guy that was screaming about the female demons in Doom Eternal.
Take is
True.
basically, if you don't want to play the game, don't play it. If you want to play the game, play it.
Oh, I'll even go a step further. I think that I absolutely respect somebody for refraining to play the game based off of what they believe to be something that is not in line with their own personal values. Yeah. I completely support somebody in doing that. Because you should never feel like you're compelled to make an unethical choice or something that is not morally in line with the way that you want to live your life. Even if it's something
Also
I disagree with.
That the boycott is stupid, which I agree with, because they never work. Boycotts never work. If anything,
Dude, this guy literally supports boycotts against anything he considers woke, by the way.
I honestly think there's been good examples of boycotts in history, but for the most part,
Is this the guy who also made the video complaining about the Black Lives Matter free PS4 background? I got it as a meme because of that, didn't I? Because like PS4 made a free BLM like PlayStation background, and I ended up getting a PS4 after I covered that. I think it was this guy, the YellowFlash dude, who made a video complaining about it. Like, oh, PlayStation's virtue signaling by making this free background you could download during Black History Month. It's virtue signaling. It was really funny.
it's probably like for this game, this is stupid and it's not going to work. In fact, the boycott in cases like this backfire.
Boycotts usually don't work whenever they're on massive products because so much of the amount of people that are consuming the products are outside of the space of people that are discussing them. So that's why, for example, the Dungeons & Dragons boycott was a lot more effective, is because the Dungeons & Dragons community is much smaller, much more insular, and much more interconnected than the Harry Potter community. Harry Potter is so much bigger that you're never going to be able to get this message out. Even if people agree with it, 90% of people are never even going to hear it. Versus the Dungeons & Dragons boycott, if you compare that with that, like I would say like half of people hear it, like a third of people, like a massively...
No, it's different. The problem is that the Harry Potter issue is a political one, while the boycott on D&D was D&D related. See, this is the issue, guys. Like, I like Asmongold, but not all of his takes are good. The D&D boycott worked because the users of the game wanted their game to be better. The Harry Potter boycott doesn't work because J.K. Rowling being transphobic only affects transphobic or trans Harry Potter fans. people who are Harry Potter fans that are like very pro-trans, who don't feel comfortable supporting a transphobe. If you're just like some normie who doesn't care about politics and doesn't care about supporting like someone's like funding someone's push for like destroying a minority group, then like you're not going to know all of that, right?
Larger a percentage of people are going to hear it because of the type of community that it is and the size of community that it is and the media that it exists on.
Players, and more people play the game because of it. Especially now, making this game a culture war thing was really stupid to do. It was really stupid to do. Because if anything...
He's right about that. He's right about that. I sincerely believe this Hogwarts Legacy thing might be the thing that starts Gamergate 2, if you want to call it that.
You know, who's really benefiting from it? Well, Warner Brothers is. But I mean...
Yes.
Well, J.K. Rowling gets royalties.
Well, we're benefiting from it too. We have content.
If it wasn't for these activists. It still would have been big, don't get me wrong. This week it would have came out and been big. But I don't think it would have had the kinds of reactions that it's gotten as far as, you know, all the attention and the sales that it's got. I know a lot of people that have bought this game just to buy it, to spite
to say fuck you.
Stupid a-holes that just want to run around and make people miserable.
I like how he won't just like these right-wing figures. They're like, he's being so careful because he knows Asmongold was gonna watch the video. I bet he's being so careful not to say like trans, because this guy's literally made videos where he talks about how trans people are not like valid. This guy has like outright said he agrees with J.K. Rowling. He thinks trans women are predators and like not real women and all that stuff. Like he's a full-on right-wing like quartering style content creator.
But here's what he put on Twitter. Shocking to me that people think the way to protest Hogwarts Legacy is to bully and harass those who are playing streaming it. No one likes this. You're not helping anyone. You're just being a piece of shit. Pretty true statement there that he's saying.
Very true.
There's no lies detected here. It's true. No one likes this. You're bullying and harassing people over a game like this.
No one disagrees.
Literally, someone saying to end your life. End yourself because you're playing a game, because you bought
with 7 likes and banned from Twitter.
Is an unhinged look. And to be honest,
this whole video is going to be about that, isn't it?
That you're trying to
the whole video.
Stand up for look bad.
Oh God. So yeah, do you guys understand what I've been talking about now this whole time? About how like the left is basically like dedicated itself to just self-destruction, just fucking self-destruction. It's so upsetting to me that I remember how this happened originally. I remember how the right dominated the online culture war originally, and I'm watching it happen all over again. But there's nothing I can do to stop it, because other lefties who have bigger platforms, people like Jesse Gender, are making videos getting on board with this goddamn culture war shit. That's just a losing battle. That's a definitively losing battle if the left takes the anti-Hogwarts Legacy side. You're not going to win against the cultural impact of Harry Potter. The best you can do is educate people about what, like, J.K. Rowling believes. Most people don't even know what TERF means. You can't judge people for playing a game and call them TERFs when they don't even know what the word means. They don't even know about all this shit. The left should be trying to educate people, but instead they morally judge, and a bunch of people are, like, confused as to, like, what the fuck am I getting harassed for playing Hogwarts Legacy? Do you think that the girlfriend reviews couple like knew anything about J.K. Rowling or that drama when they booted up that? They probably didn't. They don't seem very terminally online. They probably just suddenly were getting tons of shit and didn't understand why. It really is just frustrating. Jesse's Gender's recent video is so fucking bad. It literally feels like if you're trans and want to play the dumb wizard game, you're a bad trans person and should be talked down to. That's what her vid felt like it was like I was being talked down to. Yeah, Arlex, that's what I've heard from pretty much everybody who's watched it. This is a losing issue for the left in the culture war, and the left has made it that way. This is why so much of the left frustrates me. Stop handing W's to the right.